How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, yet again, I'm going to show you another Micro Center budget gaming build. This time my target price is $450. But before that, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe down below, and thank you for watching. So like I said, my goal here is to show you how to build a $450 computer. But don't be discouraged by the price. Some of you may think it's low, but yes, you will be able to play any modern game at 1080p resolution with really good settings and excellent FPS. So, without further ado, let's begin. This time, I'll be using an Intel-based platform, which is, slightly different from the previous build. And as crazy as it might seem, even though this build is going to be $50 less than the previous one I've just done recently, it actually will outperform when it comes to gaming. But only in gaming because of the processor lack of threads. And so, as always, I would like to start off with the processor and the motherboard. And we are here in the Intel section, and I'm going to start off with the lowest. And here it is, the Intel i3 9100F. Now don't be discouraged by the name i3 because of the competition right now. You may think like, wow, i3 is junk, but not this one. For those of you not familiar with the newer generation i3s, they're actually full quad cores, and they pretty much replaced the 7th generation i5. And from looking at some gaming test benchmarks, this is on par with an i5 7600K, which is still overpriced in my opinion after all these years. And the only place you really could find them now are like on maybe eBay or something, and they still want a lot of money, definitely more than this i3 9100F, which is excellent when it comes to gaming. If you're not sure, check out the benchmarks on YouTube, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So yeah, go ahead, add that to the cart, and I already have it set up. Next, we're going to go and choose a motherboard here. Again, we're going to go with the lowest first. And this is very important. You do want to get, a motherboard that is compatible with 9th gen. Now, I know that the Gigabyte B365 is compatible with the 9th gen processors. And it's also a pretty good motherboard for the price, which will allow you to upgrade the processor further down the line. Also, it has 4 slots for the RAM, and excellent way to upgrade. Makes it a lot easier to upgrade the RAM down the line. Okay, so go ahead and choose that, put that in the cart, and don't forget you will get a $20 off from the bundle. It does qualify with that. So, okay, go ahead. Next, we're going to go with the RAM. And go ahead and scroll here on the left. Choose the DDR4. Lowest priced. And yet again, we're going to go for the same RAM from the last build. Nothing wrong with this RAM. The 2666 megahertz is more than enough for gaming or for just about anything out there. So go ahead and add that to cart. 1 stick for now. Get you going. You'll enjoy any game. There'll be no issues. But then down the line, it'll be easier to upgrade for $30 more. Okay, let's move to the case now. Lowest price. And since we are trying to cut down the cost, we're going to go with this Thermaltake Versa H17. It's really a nice looking case. I mean, it doesn't have that window look. That's where you save like a couple of bucks, I guess. But my opinion, it's a nice looking case. And it fits this motherboard perfect, like a snug. It'll come right up here. There won't be that big, huge space. I really hate some people's builds that they have like a tiny motherboard and they got this all open space on the bottom. It doesn't look good. So this will be a perfect case for that motherboard. It'll fit like a snug, like I said. Go ahead, add that to the cart. Okay, next we are going for a power supply. Choose lowest price and kind of just scroll down, get an idea. So to cut down the cost, we are going to go for this solid gear series 650 watt. It's pretty decent actually for the build, and the build we're doing is going to be very low power. It's an i3, and the graphics card we're going to have is an NVIDIA very low consumption. So 650 watt for a lower end power supply should be just good. It's probably more compared to a nice 500 watt rated power supply, but we want to just cut down the cost a little bit. And this one does come with plenty of cables here. As you could see, we have a graphics connection here and plenty of Molex and SATA, so you should be good here. It has what you need. Go ahead and add that to the cart. Okay. Next, we're going to go down to the storage. We're going to be going to the SSD part. And we're going to go with this drive here. We're just going to stay with one drive for this build to cut down the cost a little bit. This is, their house brand, the premium edition, 256 gig, and yeah, it's a great starter. You'll be able to load up a couple of nice games, some of your favorites on this, no problem. And then down the line, you could add another hard drive for extra storage. But we're gonna go with this and go ahead and add that to the cart. And now, one of the most important parts is the video card. And today's choice is the GTX 1650 Super. This one here in particular. Now, you have another one here, the same price, a Super one, but this is like a lower end C1 fan. If you ever have a choice between a single fan and a dual fan, of course go for the same price. Specific, obviously it's going to be better cooling for something like that, so I would go for that. And this is really the key here to this build, because this card does outperform the RX 570 and all the games quite noticeably. So definitely a good graphics card for the build, and only $10 more for a regular 1650. So that's like a no-brainer, So if you're debating between the two, definitely go for the Super. I mean, it's like I said, it's no-brainer here. Yeah. So go ahead, add that to the cart, and let's see what we got in the basket now. We're pretty much done here, so let's just go over the final price here. And yeah, there it is. The new grand total is $454.90 after all the discounts. And remember, if you're a different state, the tax might be less, so it'll go down even lower. And yes, I do recommend, if you're gonna go ahead and build computer, open up the card, get the 5% off on every purchase, anytime, every day. It's definitely worth it. And then you see that discount there. Now let me just show you something really quick, how we could knock down this even more. Okay, so watch this. And that's where the good thing about Micro Center. They're heavily stocked and they always have open boxes. So I was just looking at something before and I saw, bunch of open box video cards. And of course, we want to get something at least at the same power as the 1650 Super, maybe even better for lesser price. And here it is. Let me show you. We have few options. We have the RX 590. As you could see, it's $16 less, which is fantastic. but the one I had in mind is this one here. There it is, this monster, the RX 580 8 gig monster. You go ahead. I'm just gonna add this to the cart and show you, how much more you could save. It says incomplete. I don't know, card only, whatever. Okay. So now we'll go ahead and remove this one, and boom, you're down to $429. I mean, come on, guys. I mean, we getting like brand new stuff. I know like the card is open box. There's other options too, very similar price, And the great thing about the store, you don't have to worry. They give you a return policy on the open box stuff, and most of the time everything is good. So yeah, that's it, guys. We're down to $430. I mean, that's a sick build. So yeah, that's it. Let me know what you guys think. Leave any comments down below, and if you like the video, please hit the like button. It really helps out a lot. And have a nice day, guys. Goodbye.